Yeah, so Carly is an athlete. She plays college soccer, and she's been dealing with a bunion issue for the last several years on her right foot, and she injured it at the end of last season, and it was pretty severe, and we knew at that time that we were going to need to do something more than just tape it up real good and use toe spacers. And went to a couple of surgeons, orthopedic down in the Wichita area, and the conclusion was pretty much if she wants to play soccer at all, or even have a chance of that she would need to have surgery. And in fact, even just to have an active kind of normal life as a young adult, she would probably need to have surgery. So it was beyond just kind of the shoes and things like that.
Beforehand, I didn't really know what was going on. I've had turf toe multiple times throughout my soccer career, and there was always this weird bump on the side of my foot, the inside of my foot, and it was a bunion, I figured out. And I didn't think it was a big deal just because it was my toe, and I was like, okay, this is something I can work through. So I would tape it. I would use these little spacers on my toe each game, and even just the slightest bit of contact would like re-injure it and mess it up again. So I knew I needed to do something about it because I couldn't keep playing like this, and I needed to get surgery.
So I started searching online, and we spoke with a couple surgeons up in the Kansas City area, and one of them being Dr. Foster. And we were looking at minimally invasive specifically, if possible, and that was another thing that he showed his expertise in a video that I've watched of his, and also from just him sitting down with us for almost an hour explaining what he thought the best steps forward would be. And minimally invasive was an option, and that's what we went with. But she was happy with Dr. Foster very much. He's got a great bedside manner, and it was obvious he knows what he's talking about. She's 9 weeks out of the boot, or 9 weeks post-surgery, I should say, and she's coming along very nicely. Everything's healing up well.
So recovery so far has actually gone really smooth. I've been working with my athletic trainer and some things just myself to get strength back in my leg, my ankle, and my foot. I'm participating in weights again. I'm close to being able to run again. I think a benefit is definitely smaller incisions, faster recovery, because they're not really cutting like the whole top of your foot, it's just these small cuts, and they healed up really quick.
The direct care kind of model it's definitely something that was new to us. I think I've gone to a dentist that I like a lot, that it's kind of been that model, but other than that, in a regular medical field, not so much. And so I was a little like, okay, how does this all work? But honestly, I have to say that it's been a very pleasant experience, because it gave us more flexibility. We were able to schedule much quicker, get in with the doctor. We got to spend more time with the doctor. I think our first visit was an hour long. That just doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm very happy with that whole process. Gave us a little bit more back and forth with the doctor. He could recommend what he thought would be the best steps forward. I had questions. We had some different options to weigh. They were all on the table until we chose which direction to move with it. And then we didn't have insurance jumping in there trying to mandate or dictate what we did ahead of time or what we needed to do for several months prior, because we had actually already tried almost everything. It really comes down to just doing your research and then going out, meeting with the doctors, and then making a decision. And again, meeting with Dr. Foster, it was pretty easy to decide. Let me just put it that way. It's pretty easy to decide in the end which way to go.